Toy Story 4 is out in theaters, and it's the latest addition in the Toy Story franchise.
And in this spoiler-free review, we're going to make you question, do toys actually have a soul?
Does anybody actually have a soul?
Man, that's deep. After what many fans thought was a complete end to the Toy Story franchise, Pixar returns with a new installment of Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and company. Our favorite cowboy Woody is struggling to find his place with their new child Bonnie. A post-Andy world is only complicated more by the presence of a new toy called Forky. When the sport-turned-toy gets lost, a reunion between Woody and his old flame Bo Peep sparks new questions in his search for relevancy. The Toy Story gang must find a way to save Forky, be there for Bonnie, but also find happiness for themselves. So the big question, Jessica, about Toy Story 4 is, should they have made it? A lot of people asked that question going into this movie, and how did you feel about it going into it?
Going into it, I said no. I thought the series ended with a really good ending. With Toy Story 3, I thought, no, we don't need a 4, but we did.
So that's the interesting thing here is I think a lot of people divided themselves into two camps. I mean, shocking, right, in this day and age. You had the do not make Toy Story 4. You're like, oh, let's do more Toy Story
kind of
camp.
That was you.
I'm all for them continuing something if they had a good story.
I'm just afraid they're always going to screw something up. Like,
right.
You ended it really well. Why risk it? Why take a chance? And they took a chance, and I think it was great.
So that answers our first question we always try to ask here on the spoiler-free review for any of these movies is, was the story entertaining? What did you think about it?
Absolutely. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was a lot more funny than any of the other Toy Stories.
Really?
Yes. The addition of Key and Peele was perfect.
That's a pretty good.
And Keanu Reeves' character. What was his name?
Duke Kaboom.
Duke Kaboom.
Yeah.
He was fantastic too. They were just really funny together. Mm-hmm. We didn't get a lot of the old characters that are normally funny. You know, Ham's normally really funny. We get a lot of him being funny. We didn't get a lot of Mr. Potato Head being funny. So we kind of just traded off who was funny.
Well, and think about it too. They're just supporting characters. You know, they've kind of had their time to shine, and this is whether we'll answer some other questions at the end of this about like the continuation of this, if that's going to happen. But this is kind of ushering into a new age of Toy Story. Like it's ending the story-ish kind of Andy and Woody and Buzz, and kind of that's the feel that you get from all this. That's not a spoiler about anything. That's just kind of
that's what you think going into the movie. Like, okay, we remember how Toy Story 3 ended with all the toys being gone and Andy donating them. So I was just kind of confused as to where they were going to start this movie.
So about the plot in general, though, did you ever lose like focus on it at all? Like, I think that's a good hallmark, like whether it's a good story or not.
No, I think it was super easy to follow along to. Yeah. You could, even if you like lost where you were, like if you stopped paying attention or went to get more popcorn or something, you could always keep up with the story. It was very easy, and it was just comical throughout the whole movie.
Here's how I measure if it's a success. Jessica doesn't fall asleep. And as far as I know, unless she's making a face right now, she didn't fall asleep.
Of course I did not. The movie was like an hour and a half long. I mean, seriously. Anybody can stay awake for that.
Here's a little quick aside. No Pixar short at the beginning of this. What's going on, Pixar?
Yeah.
Bring me a short next time I need it. I think they, like you said, they gave you a little bit more story with this one as opposed to, you know, using that time for a little funny little short like they normally do.
Which I appreciate.
Right. So character-wise, again, without going into much detail, you've already kind of touched on Ducky and Bunny.
Right.
Those are some of your favorites.
No spoiler here, they're my favorites.
Well, you just love Key and Peele so much.
Exactly.
And they are their Key and Peele selves in this. I think you can, you know, expect that going in that.
Yeah. Stuffed animal, Key and Peele, I'm there.
But let's talk about maybe the trifecta here of main characters. And I think it's a good illustration of what the story is going to be about. You got the brand new character, Forky. Okay. You've got Woody in the middle. And you've got Bo Peep, who's reintroduced in this one. And Woody's kind of stuck in the middle. And here, let me get real deep on y'all real quick. Forky is like the old way, the old life for Woody. And Bo Peep is a hint at what the future could be or maybe should be for Woody. And I think there's an interesting little, I almost said dichotomy, but there's three of them.
Trichotomy.
Hashtag trichotomy. Is that a real thing? Is that a real word?
I'm going with it.
It's somewhere
Don't
in the dictionary.
question, just believe.
Just believe. So I liked that kind of dynamic going on there with him. Did you like Forky at all as a new character?
He grew on me throughout the movie.
Right.
At first, he was so sassy, and he was just like, I'm trash! I'm trash! And I was like, no, you're not trash! We told you 10 times you're not trash! And he just keeps, like, face planting into the trash. I'm like, okay, this Fork's an idiot, so...
The ultimate question of any review, especially the spoiler-free ones, is how we would rate the film. And we do it on a scale of 1 to 5, being 1, I wouldn't go see this one again at all. 5, I'm definitely going... Avengers Endgame. I'm going to see this once, twice, 3,
So wait,
4,
so we've got
5,
a range of A Wrinkle in Time to Avengers Endgame.
We just need to have a counter how many times we take a shot at A Wrinkle in Time on this channel. Sorry.
I'm just saying, like, that's our range.
All right, so for you, how would you rate Toy Story 4?
I'd give it a solid 3.
I'm shocked.
Only because...
You raved about this while we were at dinner.
I love this movie. I really do. But it's not one that I feel like you have to see in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Star Wars. It's not Avengers Endgame. There's not big action-packed scenes that you need to hear and see on the big screen. You know, like I can rent it from Redbox when it comes out and I'll be cool.
I would give this a 4. And not that I'm going to rush out and see it, but I could be, again, this is one of those situations. Somebody says, I want to go see Toy Story 4. Have you seen it yet? Yeah, I have. It's like, well, I guess I won't go see it. Then I'll just go see it another time. No, I'll go with you. I'd be very easily convinced to go and see this movie again, mainly because of the visualness, the visuals of the entire film at the carnival, in the antique store. We're going to get to a lot of that other stuff.
It did kind of remind you of Coco, like the nice colors and everything.
It was really stunning visually to see how far Toy Story and Pixar have come since the very beginning of this. So that's the main reason I would go back and see this again, if pushed to do it. So that's our rating there. Now, the big thing that we want to know from you guys is, A, if you've seen it, how would you rate the film on a scale of 1 to 5 on how likely you would be able to go again? We want to know your spoiler-free thoughts in the comments section below. If you haven't seen it yet, what's keeping you from going to see it right now? Let us know down there in the comments section below, and make sure you vote in our poll as well. What else should they do?
If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We do all kinds of fun things there, so be sure to check us out.
And that's all we have for you in this edition of Eye to Eye. But until we assemble again,
may the Force be with you.
And we'll see you real soon.
Bye.
You want me to evolve? You're just trying to score brownie points now. You're gonna like...
Dang it, Kyle!
Thought you'd play off of the trash thing a little bit, you know? I can change what I'm saying.
Change what you're saying!